Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be looking at SCIE 101 Foundations of Science at the College of Western Idaho.
Oh, this is a good...
It's a hybrid course, which can be a little tricky.
Yeah.
So we'll break down everything you need to know.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll talk about tech requirements, assignments, and even how to think like a scientist.
You know what's really cool about this course? Is that it aims to give you more than just facts.
Okay.
It's designed to help you develop like a way of thinking, a scientific mindset that you can use beyond the classroom.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into the content,
Right.
let's talk tech.
Sure.
What do I absolutely need to have to succeed in this course?
Well, first and foremost, reliable internet and a functioning computer.
Yeah, of course.
Those are non-negotiables. This is a hybrid course with online modules and assignments.
Right.
So no internet, no participation.
Makes sense.
And the instructor is very clear about this.
Okay.
No leniency for tech issues.
So it's on me to make sure everything is working on my end.
Yeah, you're responsible.
Got it. What about software? Anything I need to download?
Definitely need to be familiar with Blackboard. This is where you'll access lectures, submit assignments, check your grades. It's your central hub for the whole course.
Okay, Blackboard check. What else?
Make sure you have Microsoft Office Suite, especially Word.
Okay.
You'll need it for discussion posts.
Right.
And the instructor actually recommends drafting them in Word first.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So you can spell check, grammar check, make sure everything's perfect.
I've definitely submitted a few typos in the heat of the moment
Oh, we've all been there.
before.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about submissions, remember those proctored exams?
Oh, yeah.
For those, you'll need a working webcam and microphone.
Right.
Like, they're going to be watching me through the webcam during exams.
That's right. Really?
And they even keep an eye on your surroundings
Wow.
to make sure there's no funny business going on.
Oh, my gosh. And you need a photo ID ready for verification.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're serious
Yeah, they are.
about academic honesty.
Very much so.
Sounds a little intense,
It can be.
but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it ensures fairness for all students.
Okay.
Whether they're taking the course online or in person.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Anything else on the tech front?
One last thing. Be sure you can work with audio and video files.
Okay.
You'll need those for lectures and some assignments.
Got it. Tech requirements, check.
All right.
So what about the content of SCIE 101? What will I be learning?
This is where it gets exciting.
Okay.
SCIE 101 is designed to help you develop a scientific mindset.
Okay.
So yes, you'll learn scientific facts,
Right.
but more importantly, you'll learn how to think critically, evaluate evidence, and understand how science really works.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Break it down for me. What are the big takeaways from this course?
The course focuses on 6 key learning outcomes.
Okay.
The first is understanding the nature of science. And that means it's not just about memorizing facts, but it's about understanding how scientific knowledge is built, tested, and refined over time.
So it's more about the process of science than just the result.
Exactly.
Right.
And you'll also learn how to distinguish real science from what we call pseudoscience.
Okay.
Think about those claims you see online about miracle cures or conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Learning to identify pseudoscience helps you separate fact from fiction
Right.
and make informed decisions about your health and well-being.
That's a super valuable skill,
Yes.
especially these days,
Right.
with so much information and misinformation flying around.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one.
The second learning outcome
Right.
focuses on mastering the scientific method.
Oh, I remember that from high school.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a bunch of steps you have to follow?
Well, it is a series of steps.
Right.
But it's much more than a rigid formula.
Okay.
It's a flexible problem-solving tool you can apply to everyday situations. Think of it as a way to approach any problem logically and systematically. Whether you're trying to figure out why your car won't start
Right.
or evaluating different solutions to a complex social issue.
Okay. That makes it sound a lot more relevant than just mixing chemicals in a lab.
Right.
Right. What's number 3?
The third learning outcome
Okay.
is all about becoming a critical thinker.
I like it.
You'll learn how to analyze information,
Mm.
evaluate the credibility of sources,
Okay.
and recognize common errors in reasoning, which we call logical fallacies.
So it's like mental boot camp for
Exactly.
the information age.
Yes, you'll become a more discerning consumer of information,
Right.
less likely to be swayed by misleading claims or emotional appeals.
That's a skill I could definitely use more of. What's next?
The fourth outcome is communicating science effectively.
Okay.
And this means being able to present your ideas in a clear and concise way, whether it's through written reports, charts and graphs, or oral presentations.
So it's not just about understanding science, but also about being able to explain it to others.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that's a valuable skill in any field.
Yeah.
Not just science.
Right.
Whether you're explaining a complex project to your boss or trying to convince your friends to watch your favorite documentary,
Right.
the ability to communicate effectively is essential.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah,
A lot of these skills go way beyond just this one science course.
absolutely.
All right, what about number 5?
The fifth learning outcome is seeing science as interconnected.
Okay.
You'll see how biology, chemistry, physics, geology, and technology all fit together.
Okay.
No subject exists in a vacuum.
So it's like understanding the whole ecosystem of science, how the different parts work together.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And finally, the sixth outcome is all about grappling with current scientific issues.
Okay, like what?
You'll discuss topics like climate change, stem cell research,
Okay.
learn to form informed opinions based on evidence, and consider the ethical and societal implications of scientific advancements.
So it's about taking what you learn in the classroom and applying it to real-world problems.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, you might be thinking,
Right.
okay, this is online, so I can just slack off on attendance, right?
Classic online course myth.
Right.
You can't just disappear and show up for exams.
Well, and this is a hybrid class,
Yeah.
meaning there are mandatory in-person meetings
Okay.
every Wednesday from 10:00 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. at the Ada campus.
Okay.
But even for the online portion, attendance is tracked in a unique way.
Okay. I'm all ears. How do they know I'm actually participating online?
Well, after the census date, you need to complete at least one assignment per module each week.
Okay.
It's like checking and proving you're engaging with the material.
Got it. So one assignment per module per week is the minimum to be considered attending.
Exactly.
Right.
And here's the catch.
Okay.
If you miss 2 modules in a row,
Uh-oh.
meaning you don't complete any assignments for 2 consecutive weeks.
You'll be marked as stopped attending.
Okay.
And that could lead to an X grade, which is basically an F for lack of participation.
Yikes. That definitely emphasizes the importance of staying on top of things.
It does.
What if I decide I want to drop the course altogether?
If you need to leave the course, make sure you officially drop or withdraw by the deadline. Otherwise, that X grade could stick on your transcript.
Got it.
It's your responsibility to manage this process.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get the sense that this course really emphasizes personal accountability.
It does.
No missing deadlines or coasting by.
You've got that right.
But don't worry, we'll break down all those assignments and deadlines in more detail later.
We will.
Okay, great. Before we dive into that,
Right.
can we talk more about how this course approaches those big controversial scientific issues you mentioned?
Absolutely. But first, let's shift gears for a minute and take a closer look at the specific assignments you'll be tackling in SCIE 101.
That way you can start thinking about how these different assessments will help you develop those critical thinking and scientific reasoning skills we've been talking about.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, assignment breakdown time.
Okay.
What kind of tasks can I expect in SCIE 101?
Get ready for a diverse mix.
Okay.
You've got research papers, online discussions, in-class quizzes,
Okay.
and a signature assignment with a presentation component.
Well, okay. Let's unpack that. Research paper, how big are we talking?
It's worth 50 points.
Okay.
So it's definitely a significant chunk of your grade. The key here is to start early and manage your time wisely.
Right.
Don't wait till the last minute to start researching and writing.
Speaking of time management, how much time should I realistically be setting aside for this course each week?
The syllabus recommends dedicating an average of 7.5 to 9 hours per week to SCIE 101.
Okay.
That includes studying, reading, completing assignments,
Right.
and attending those Wednesday meetings.
Okay.
It's a commitment, so plan accordingly.
Noted. I'll be marking off those hours in my calendar right away. So back to assignments. What's the deal with these online discussion boards?
Yeah,
They're worth a whopping 150 points.
that's right.
Right.
They're a major part of your grade,
Right.
and they're designed to get you thinking critically
Mhm.
and engaging with the material on a deeper level.
So it's not just about posting random thoughts. There's a specific format,
Absolutely.
right?
Remember that post-first format we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
You can't see anyone else's posts.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of threw me.
Right.
What's the thinking behind that?
It's actually pretty clever.
Okay.
This format encourages independent thinking.
Okay.
So By posting your own thoughts first,
Right.
you're less likely to be swayed by what others have said
Okay.
and more likely to come up with original ideas.
I see. It forces you to really engage with the readings and form your own opinions. But it also means no editing once you hit that submit button.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why the instructor emphasizes drafting your posts in a Word document first.
Yeah.
It gives you a chance to proofread check your citations and make sure everything is clear and well organized before you submit it to Blackboard.
Good advice. I've definitely had those moments where I hit submit and then immediately spot a glaring typo.
We've all been there.
Now, about those deadlines, new threads are due every Friday by 11:59 p.m.
Yes.
Miss that deadline, you get 0 points. No exceptions.
Right.
Friday nights are officially SCIE 101 nights.
Got it. And replies to your classmates' posts are due by Monday at 11:59 p.m.
Okay.
Each discussion board is typically worth 10 points.
Okay.
7 for your new thread,
Okay.
and 1.5 points for each of your 2 replies.
So those replies matter.
They do.
It's not just about posting my own thoughts, but also about engaging with what others have to say.
Exactly. The instructor's looking for thoughtful responses that contribute to the conversation.
Right.
Ask clarifying questions, offer different perspectives, build on each other's ideas. Right.
Make it a dialogue.
So quality over quantity. What about those in-class quizzes? Are they super stressful?
They can be if you're not prepared.
Right.
But the good news is that most of the questions come straight from the lecture notes.
Okay.
Those fill-in-the-blank sections are your goldmine.
Okay, so attend those Wednesday meetings, take good notes, and I should be good to go.
Exactly.
All right.
And here's a pro tip.
Okay.
Form a study group with classmates.
Okay.
Quiz each other, discuss the material, and teach each other the concepts.
That's a good idea.
You'll be surprised how much more you retain
Right.
when you're actively engaging with the material and explaining it to others.
Yeah. I always do better when I study with others. What about the signature assignment? That one sounds a bit mysterious.
This is your chance to shine.
Okay.
It's worth 100 points.
All right.
And it allows you to dive deep into a specific scientific topic that interests you.
Oh, interesting. So I get to choose my own topic.
Yes.
That's cool. And there's a presentation component, too.
Oh, okay.
Worth another 50 points.
Right.
You'll get to share your research and insights with the class.
Okay.
So think about how you can make it engaging and informative.
Presentation, huh? Time to brush up on those public speaking skills. Any advice on how to approach this assignment?
Start by choosing a topic you're genuinely passionate about.
Okay.
That'll make the research and writing process a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, good point. I'm much more motivated when I'm actually interested in what I'm learning.
And don't be afraid to think outside the box.
Okay.
Maybe there's a local environmental issue you'd like to investigate, or a new scientific discovery that you find fascinating.
Right.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay. This is starting to sound less intimidating and more like a fun challenge.
Yeah,
I like it.
exactly.
Yeah.
The key is to start early, break the project down into manageable steps,
Right.
and reach out to the instructor if you need help along the way.
Right.
They're there to support you.
Okay. So we've covered the research paper discussion boards, in-class quizzes, and the signature assignment. That seems like a lot, but also a good mix of different types of assessments.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
But remember those 7.5 to 9 hours we talked about earlier?
Right.
That's where good time management comes in.
Right.
Create a weekly schedule and stick to it.
Right. No procrastination. And what about late assignments? Is there any wiggle room there?
The late work policy is pretty strict.
Okay.
The instructor emphasizes submitting everything on time to avoid penalties.
Right.
They even recommend aiming to finish your weekly assignments at least 12 hours before the deadline.
Wow. 12 hours. That's a pretty big buffer.
It is, but think of it as a safety net.
Okay.
What if your internet goes down or you have a family emergency?
Yeah, that's true.
It's better to be prepared than to scramble at the last minute.
True.
Yeah.
Always good to have a plan B. Now, I know we talked about academic honesty earlier, but can we dive a little deeper into that?
Sure.
What are the absolute no-nos in this course?
Well, plagiarism is a big one.
Yeah, of course.
That means copying someone else's work and presenting it as your own.
Right.
Always cite your sources properly, use MLA format, and make sure you're paraphrasing and synthesizing information in your own words.
Right.
Don't even think about copying and pasting from the internet.
Got it. No plagiarism.
Yeah,
What about using those AI tools that everyone's talking about, like ChatGPT?
that's a hard no.
Okay.
The instructor is very clear about this in the syllabus.
Okay.
Using AI to generate content is considered academic dishonesty
Mm-hmm.
and could result in serious consequences.
So ChatGPT is officially off the table.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do the work yourself, develop your own ideas,
Right.
and learn from the process.
Right.
That's what this course is all about.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And if I'm struggling with any part of the course, who can I turn to for help?
Well, you've got a few options.
Okay.
The instructor has drop-in office hours,
Okay.
both online and on campus.
Okay.
And they're always available via email.
There.
There's also the tutoring center, the writing center. Mm-hmm.
And of course, your fellow classmates.
Right.
Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help.
Right.
There's a whole support system in place to help you succeed.
Okay. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this course now. We've covered the tech requirements, the assignments, academic honesty, time management.
Yeah.
I think I've got a good handle on the logistics.
That's great to hear.
And remember, at its core, SCIE 101 is about more than just grades or deadlines.
Right.
It's about developing a way of thinking a scientific mindset that will benefit you long after you finish this course.
Exactly.
Right? All those critical thinking skills we talked about earlier, I can definitely see how those would be valuable in any field.
Absolutely.
Now, are you ready to circle back to those hot-button scientific issues we touched on earlier?
Definitely.
I'm curious to hear how this course approaches those complex and sometimes controversial topics.
Well, let's dive in. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore how SCIE 101 tackles issues like climate change, stem cell research, and artificial intelligence.
And how it equips you with the tools to engage in those conversations thoughtfully and responsibly.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the big stuff.
Okay.
Those controversial scientific issues that are shaping our world.
Right.
I'm really curious to hear how SCIE 101 approaches these topics.
Well, the course materials highlight several key areas where science and society intersect,
Okay.
often in complex and challenging ways.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Climate change is a big one, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
And it's not just about understanding the science behind global warming,
Right.
but also about grappling with the potential solutions, the economic and political implications,
Right.
and of course, the ethical considerations.
It's such a multifaceted issue.
It is.
So how does the course help students navigate all those different layers?
Well, SCIU 101 emphasizes the importance of approaching climate change from multiple perspectives.
Right.
You'll be encouraged to consider the evidence presented by different stakeholders,
Mhm.
from scientists and policymakers to economists and activists.
So it's not about just accepting one viewpoint as the truth.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about developing your own informed opinion based on a balanced assessment of the available evidence.
Right.
You'll learn to identify biases,
Okay.
evaluate the credibility of sources,
Mm-hmm.
and consider the potential consequences of different courses of action.
That sounds like a valuable skill set,
It is.
not just for understanding climate change,
Right.
but for navigating any complex issue where there are strong opinions on all sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a core component of that scientific mindset we've been talking about.
Right.
Another hot-button issue that the course tackles is stem cell research.
Ah, yes, the one that always sparks ethical debates.
Right.
I remember hearing about this in the news, but honestly, I don't fully understand the science or the controversy.
Well, stem cell research has enormous potential. We're
Right.
talking about treating diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's,
Wow.
repairing spinal cord injuries, maybe even reversing aging.
Yep.
But the ethical concerns are significant.
I could see how that would be tricky. Where do you draw the line between scientific progress
Right.
and ethical boundaries?
Exactly. That's the question at the heart of the debate.
Right.
And SCIE 101 encourages you to grapple with those tough questions.
Okay.
It's not about providing easy answers,
Right.
but about helping you develop a nuanced understanding of the complexities involved.
So it's about weighing the potential benefits against the potential risks
Yes,
and considering the broader societal implications.
precisely.
Okay.
And recognizing that science alone can't answer these questions.
Right.
It requires engaging with ethics, philosophy, and even our own personal values.
Wow. It sounds like this course really pushes students to think critically
It does.
and engage in those deeper conversations.
Yes, definitely.
Another area where science and society are increasingly intertwined is artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah. AI.
Yeah.
It feels like everyone's talking about that these days.
It's both exciting and a little bit scary at the same time.
I agree. AI has the potential to revolutionize so many aspects of our lives.
Right.
Think about self-driving cars, personalized medicine,
Yeah.
even robots that can perform surgery.
Wow.
But it also raises concerns about job displacement, privacy, and even the potential for AI to become so advanced that it surpasses human control.
Those are some big existential questions.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype or the fear surrounding AI.
Right.
But I imagine this course helps students cut through the noise and approach it with a more balanced perspective.
Exactly. SCIE 101 provides a framework for thinking critically about AI,
Okay.
looking at both the potential benefits and the potential risks,
Mm-hmm.
and engaging in informed discussions about its role in our future.
It's about becoming scientifically literate citizens.
Yes.
Right. People who could participate in these important debates and help shape the direction of these powerful technologies.
That's exactly right. And it all comes back to those core principles of scientific thinking. Curiosity, skepticism, evidence-based reasoning.
And the understanding that scientific knowledge is constantly evolving.
So it's not just about learning a set of facts about climate change,
Right.
stem cell research, or AI.
Yeah.
It's about developing the skills to analyze these issues, form informed opinions,
Yes.
and engage in respectful dialogue even when viewpoints differ.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And those skills are valuable no matter what career path you choose or what challenges you face in life.
I have to say, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into SCIE 101.
It has.
I'm starting to wish I could go back and take this course myself.
Me too. It's clear that this isn't just a science course. It's a course about critical thinking, problem solving,
Right.
and understanding how science shapes our world and our lives.
It's about empowering students to become active, engaged citizens.
Yes.
Who can make informed decisions based on evidence and reason.
And ultimately, that's what education's all about.
Well said. I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about SCIE 101.
I think so too. So to anyone out there thinking about taking this course, I say go for it.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot, develop valuable skills, and maybe even change the way you view the world.
Remember, embrace the challenge, ask questions, and never stop learning.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into SCIE 101.
Of course.
Until next time, keep those scientific minds sharp.